This podcast is sponsored by Great White Hot Sauce. It's a small batch, handmade hot sauce made specially for you. So if you like hot sauce, you'll love Great White Hot Sauce. It's the hot sauce that bites back. Find it at www.trygreatwhite.com.
Well, this episode, we're back to normal. Jack is back. Somewhat. He might be late. But he says he'll be here. So I have to believe him. So on with the show. This episode, I put Jack to the test. Since he's been gone the last two episodes, it's time to drop the hammer on the young man. Old man. All right, have fun. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean with his co-host Jack Calabrese. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. Welcome to the podcast. You know the name, so I'm not going to say it. We're streaming live right now over YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Am I fading in and out? I don't know what that's all about. Someone told me my mic fades in and out. Is that true? I don't know. I can hear myself, but anyways, I'll get a report back. Yeah, so, well, things really aren't back to normal because Jack's not here right now. My microphone is fading in and out. Damn it. Why is it doing that? See, this is the thing. This is when you go live, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'm by myself for a little while. Let me check something here. Hold on. Let's go level. See if that does anything. Maybe not. We'll see. I just upped my level a little bit. Still sounds better than a cell phone. Yeah. My man, Mark Smith. Speaking of Mark Smith, I want to thank, first of all, my buddy Tom Spallone for filling in for the last 2 weeks for Jack. He did a great job in the Ed McMahon chair. And last week we had on, and by the way, Tom has his podcast, Going Postal. It's an enjoyable podcast. You should listen to it. It's very soothing. He has a very soothing voice. He can tell a gory story, but nicely. I don't know how he does that, but his podcast is called Going Postal. And my new buddies, Mark Smith and Louis Colicchio, and Perry Dedovich, but he wasn't on. I want to thank those guys and their podcast, Music Relish. They came on last week to rave reviews. Rave reviews. Got great feedback. They're great guys. They will definitely be on the show again in the very near future, hopefully. They're a wealth of knowledge. They have a good sense of humor. They're talkative. Everything you want in a podcast. So I want to thank those guys. Once again, their podcast is called Music Relish. Now, if you listen to it, don't judge the sound. Judge the content. But they're working on it. They have great content. And they're working on getting great sound. I'm just saying. But they're great guys. I really look forward to having them on again. At this rate, they might be on every week. Jack's not here. He is a busy man, but that's okay. That's okay. I could run this. Let's see. Yeah, see? So I'm streaming live right now. And of course, like I said, and one of the commenters, Dave Phillips, who I refer to as King of the 45s. See, Dave, your name made a podcast, buddy. He said, hey, Scott, they were great for sure. See, they got good reviews, great reviews. And it's a very good episode. But yeah, check them out. Check them out. Let's see. Mark Smith said, we got the fancy soup cans for the next show. Look at that. See? And they're not using string anymore, evidently. They're using fishing line. Doesn't break as easy. They have tin cans with very long strings, but now it's fishing wire. And my friend Patty Yassi said, yes, it was a great show. So I let them know. I sent them all an email. And, it's copper cable, excuse me, not fishing line. They are improving on their sound. So anyways, Jack said he's going to be, he might come in late. Who knows? He did that last time he was on. I think he was late, but it's me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I like to do. Hold on, let me get some water here. Hold on. That noise, right? That's the Larry David noise. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm going to test the audience. I'm going to throw out some trivia. Then I have some other trivia that if Jack doesn't make it, I'll give it to you guys. Screw him. All right, question number 1 to the audience. Which guitarist played on an alternate version of the Rolling Stones' 1971 hit song, Brown Sugar? Was it Brian Jones, Eric Clapton, or Pete Townsend? Which guitarist played on an alternate version of the 1971 Rolling Stones hit song, Brown Sugar? Why does everybody do the Jeopardy? Is Jeopardy that in question? Oh, Leo Haskell, he messaged in Eric Clapton. You are correct, sir. See, Mark Smith answered Eric, but with a question mark. Leo, straightforward Eric. Leo for the win. Hottest working man in show business, by the way. That's an inside story. All right, question number 2 for the audience. Leonard Skynyrd's 1974 song, Sweet Home Alabama, name checks which legendary band of session musicians? So Leonard Skynyrd's 1974 song, Sweet Home Alabama, name checks which legendary band of session musicians? Is it A, the Swampers, B, the MGs, or C, the Funk Brothers? The Swampers, the MGs, or the Funk Brothers was name checked in the song Sweet Home Alabama. Well, Dave Phillips says Neil Young, but Neil Young isn't a group of session musicians, Dave, so that's a little off. Leo Haskell says A. Answer is A. Look at Leo. And Leo answered first. Kevin Corkum said Swappers. Perry Dedovich. Perry, what's up, my friend? Hope to see you on the next time we have you guys on. They all said Swampers, but Leo came in first. He's quick. It's like Jeopardy. You got to hit that buzzer, hit those keys, get those thumbs ready, people. Get those thumbs ready. And for you people in your car listening, don't just say it out loud. Don't try. Let's see. Question number 3. Which rock superstar started covering Jimmy Cliff's 1970s song Trapped in the 80s? So who did a cover song of Jimmy Cliff's song Trapped in the 80s? Was it David Bowie, Bono, or Bruce Springsteen? That's a tough one. Which one did a cover version of Jimmy Cliff's 1970 song Trapped? David Bowie, Bono, or Bruce Springsteen? Yep, dead air. Nobody's answering that one. I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3. Okay. Mark Smith said Bruce. There you go. Kevin Corkum late with the fun, late with the thumbs. Scott, the IT guy. No, Jack. I don't know. He said he was going to be here. He said he was going to rush in. It was going to be a last minute thing, but that's okay. The show does go on. Let's see. Question number 4. Okay, this is and Leo was wrong with Bowie, so his role is over. And this is a tough one. You gotta really know your shit with this. Which group did Richard Hell form with Johnny Thunders and Jerry Nolan from the New York Dolls? Was it the Heartbreakers, the Voidoids, or Dim Stars? Which group did Richard Hell form with Johnny Thunders and Jerry Nolan from the New York Dolls? The Heartbreakers, the Voidoids, or Dim Stars? I know the answer, not because I can look at it, but that's a good one. That's another kind of another level. Barry Dedovich, the Voidoids. Yes. You could probably throw out the Heartbreakers, then makes it a 50-50, but I think Perry knew. Perry knows his shit. He's already proved that numerous times on the show, just by commenting in. All right, let's see. Question number 5. The Ramones took their name from which rock star's old pseudonym? Which rock star's old pseudonym did the Ramones get their name from? Ray Davies, John Lennon, or Paul McCartney? The Ramones took their name from which rock star's old pseudonym? Ray Davies of the Kinks, John Lennon of the Beatles, or Paul McCartney of the Beatles? As I get a call during the podcast to open a gate. Let's see, it's not going to work. Nothing works now. I don't care. It's my podcast. All right, answer is, I'm not getting any answers. I know somebody knows it. Take a guess, somebody, anybody. All right. Answer is C, Paul McCartney. Yeah. Paul McCartney. You know what I'm going to do now? I had a bunch of questions for Jack, but these are interesting. These are interesting. Is it interesting or interesting? How do you say it? Interesting or interesting? I think I say both. It's interesting. I say interesting. Is that the proper pronunciation? I don't know. All right, so Jack's not here. So these questions I was going to ask him, I'm going to ask you. The name of the game is, let me see. Interesting. I'm from Jersey. Interesting. Yeah. That's interesting, right? Mark Smith. That's what I say. Interesting. Other people say interesting. Interesting. You're in. Is it Caribbean or Caribbean? I don't know. Is Billy Ocean saying Caribbean Queen or Caribbean Queen? Which one is he saying? To this day, I can't figure it out. All right, the name of this game is Name the Remake. And if Jack comes back on, now I'm getting all these comments with interesting. Like, okay. Catching up. I'm going to give you 4 songs with the group or the singer. And you're going to tell me which one is a remake. All right. And when Jack comes on, I'll start from the beginning. You guys will know the answer and see if Jack knows them. But it's already 15:15 the hour, so I'm expecting nothing tonight. That's why. All right, let's see. I'll call this particular question 80s hits. So I'm going to give you 4 80s hits, and you tell me which one is the remake. All right. Don't You Want Me by Human League. Tainted Love by Soft Cell. It's Raining Men, The Weather Girls. Or Gloria by Laura Branigan. Which one is the cover song? Don't You Want Me? Tainted Love? It's Raining Men? Or Gloria? Let's see who pings in first. But since this is a podcast, Mark Smith. With Tainted Love, a Gloria Jones song from 1964. Let's see. Kevin Corkum said D. Nope, not Gloria. So, yes, the answer is Tainted Love. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is 80s and 90s. So it's a combination of songs from the 80s and 90s. Tell me which one is the remake. And the last answer was Tainted Love, Soft Cell. So this one, all right, is it A, What a Man by Salt and Pepper? B, Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant? C, I Can Dream About You by Dan Hartman? Or D, How Will I Know by Whitney Houston? Which one is the remake? What a Man by Salt and Pepper? Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant? I Can Dream About You by Dan Hartman? Or How Will I Know by Whitney Houston? I'll give you time to think about it. Let's see who pops in first. And for the podcast listeners, Perry Dedovich says, Electric Avenue. David Phillips says, How Will I Know? John Cash says, C, Dan Hartman. Ann Gallivan says, How Will I Know? Kevin Corkum says, C, I Can Dream About You. There's only one fucking answer left. There's one answer left. Which one is it? Look at the screen. Electric. Tom Spallone says electric. Mark Smith says we all suck. Dave Phillips says we suck. John Cash says, what the fuck? This is only the second fucking question. The answer is Salt and Pepper. What a Man. That's the remake. Originally performed by Linda Lindell in 1968. Yeah. Yeah. I stumped the crowd with the second question. All right, let's move on. All right, everybody, regroup. You in the car listening, regroup. Regroup. Okay, moving on. This is 70s hits. I'm going to give you 4 songs. I'm trying to stop. Stop trying to say. I'm stopping trying to say. Why am I all caught up in my words tonight? I'm trying to get away from saying gonna. Trying to change. You'll hear me correct myself. Going to. How did going to turn into gonna anyways? Right? Gonna? All right. Dave Phillips in the 70s says he was still in Pampers. No, he was buying Pampers. That's how old he is. All right, here we go. Which song is the remake? A, All By Myself, Eric Carmen. B, Baby I Love Your Way, Peter Frampton. C, Still the One, Orleans. Or D, The First Cut is the Deepest, Rod Stewart. Which one is the remake? John Cash says he's going to win this one. Okay, we'll see, buddy. We'll see. Stop Googling. Which one is the remake? All By Myself, Eric Carmen. Baby I Love Your Way, Peter Frampton. Still the One, Orleans. Or The First Cut is the Deepest, Rod Stewart. Mark Smith comes in with Rod Stewart. The First Cut is the Deepest. Originally performed by P.P. Arnold in 1967. John Cash said D. Well, he got it, but I don't know. Tom Spallone said C. Still the one. Nope. Cat Stevens, yo. Mark Smith. Cat Stevens, yo. Whatever that means. But John Cash did get it right. He got it. He said he was going to get it right. Okay. So, yeah, The First Cut is the Deepest by Rod Stewart. It came out in 1976. Originally performed by P.P. Arnold in 1967. All right, moving on. 60s and 70s songs. Which one is the remake? Cat Stevens, yo. I like that. Hey, you like the new setup for the people watching the live stream? There's the pinball machine. There's the Led Zeppelin pinball machine. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 3. Yeah. It used to be right next to me. Kind of crowded me. People couldn't see it. So I restructured the TVs. Yeah. I was busy today. But if you think I hung those TVs, you're fucking crazy. I paid a guy to do that. I'm not doing that. No. That shit ain't easy. Yeah, you get to see the whole machine. I would light it up. I would turn it on, but it just lights up, but it's too bright. With the camera, it just is a big glare up on the facade where it says Led Zeppelin. You don't get to see the graphics that good. But trust me, that thing is the bomb. All right, where was I? 60s and 70s. Which song is the remake? A, Suspicious Minds, Elvis Presley. B, Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks. C, Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds. Or D, Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. Which one is the remake? Patty Yossi says A, Suspicious Minds, Elvis. Mark Smith says D, Wichita Lineman, Glenn Campbell. John Cash says, B, Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's one left again. You people are all around it. You're all around the bullseye. Dave Phillips says, Elvis. I made these questions, by the way. I'm fucking pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at this. Kevin Corkum says C. Yeah, because A, B, and D were already taken. Like Kevin Corkum gets the win. Look at Johnny Cash. And that's his name. That's my great friend, Johnny Cash, John Cash. He comes in with C after he already said B. And Dave Phillips, yeah, you guys do suck. Mark Smith says, Christ, we really suck. Yep. No, it's just I'm a good trivia maker. Is that what that is? Thanks, John Larson, saying this looks good. The setup looks good. The KOFB studio looks good. Yeah. It's comfortable, too. See the big couch over there? And I got a couple recliners over here. Electric Avenue. Okay, moving on. Next category. 80s pop. I'm killing you people. Mike Hammerman, the Hammer's in the house. See you guys Saturday night. For the people that I grew up with, me and a couple of friends of mine have we throw a big party for all our friends for the town. We've done it 5 times now, 5 years. We couldn't do it during COVID, so we're doing our last one Saturday night, having our last big town party, and it's usually a great turnout. It's fun. We got a DJ, we got a hall. Usually turns out to be a couple hundred people, maybe. Yeah. So I'll see those guys that are watching. I'll see them Saturday. Flying up tomorrow. Flying up to the motherland, Boston, from Boca Raton tomorrow. All right, here we go. 80s pop. Let's see how good you guys are with 80s pop. Which song is the remake? Is it A, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper? B, Caribbean Queen, Billy Ocean, or Caribbean Queen? C, I'm Coming Out, Diana Ross? Or D, Let's Hear It for the Boy, Denise Williams? Which one is the remake? Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Caribbean Queen, I'm Coming Out, or Let's Hear It for the Boy? Mark Smith chimes in with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Perry Dietovich, a quick second, and yes. Originally by Robert Hazard in 1979. Patty Yossi said D, I'm Coming Out, Diana Ross. And Gallivan, welcome to the show. She says D. See, I like the fact there's like a 12-second delay, I think. So I can ask the question. I have to wait for them to come in. And then they just start flooding in with the wrong answers. Yeah, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Originally by Robert Hazard in 1979. John Larson said D, you get a... Yeah. See, I don't need Jack. I got you guys. And the podcast listeners, they get to be involved. They listen in. They get the trivia too. So kind of covering it all. All right, we're moving back to the 60s. You notice the demographic that I'm playing to? Which I think is mostly who listens to this podcast. I think you get it. It's a boomer generation. Yeah. All right. Which 60s song is the remake? A, My Guy by Mary Wells. B, Time Is On My Side, Rolling Stones. D, Mustang Sally, Wilson Pickett? Or D, The Do Ron Ron by the Crystals? Which one is the remake? My Guy, Time Is On My Side, Mustang Sally, or Da Do Ron Ron? Let's see. Who's going to chime in? Patty Yossi says, Mary Wells, My Guy. Terry Dedovich, time is on my side. Rolling Stones. Kevin Corkum says, My Guy. Dave Phillips, you got B? Yeah. John Cash, C? Buddy, you're not doing good, buddy. You're not. You might be at 50%. You might be batting 500. I'm not sure. John Larson, D? Nope. Yeah, that's that. Next question. All right, let's see how well you guys know your dance music. All right. Let's see how well you know the dance music. Which dance music song? John Cash sent the angry face emoji. Oof. Well, it's time to get serious then, buddy. All right, let's see how well you know your dance music. Which dance music song is the remake? In My House by the Mary Jane Girls, Prodigies of Rick James. Rumors by the Timex Social Club. Look at all these rumors. I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow. Or She Drives Me Crazy by the Fine Young Cannibals. Which one is the remake? In My House, Rumors by Timex Social Club, not Fleetwood Mac. I Want Candy, or She Drives Me Crazy. Leo Haskell says, hey, In My House, Mary Jane Girls. Terry Dedovich says, I Want Candy, Bow Wow Wow. John Cash says, B, Rumors, Timex Social Club. Buddy, you're shitting the bed like Amber Heard, buddy. That's all I can say. Remind me not to bet on you in a trivia contest. Dave Phillips, at least he says he has no clue. John Larson says, B, Rumors, nope. Once again, the answer is I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow, originally by the Strangeloves in 1965. Yeah. You know, I think Johnny Cash, my buddy Johnny Cash, I think he has a strategy here. I think he's being wrong on purpose so he can get his name mentioned on the podcast more than anybody else has ever been named on a podcast. Yeah, I think he's had a strategy going. Mark Smith says he learned something tonight. Look at that. I'm not even done yet. And he knows his stuff. Oh, let's see. Dave Phillips says he doesn't care about dance music, but he can dance. Yeah. All right, hold on. I got to hit the cough button. Hold on. I'm back. Not to sound like I left. Perry Dedman says, anyone named John Cash is cool. And he is. He fits the bill, buddy. He's a cool motherfucker. Yes, he is. It's my buddy. Long time. Not me love him long time. No, that never happened. Don't believe that if you've ever heard it. It's not true. That rumor pops up every once in a while. I did not love him long time. Didn't. Okay. Let me see. John Lawson says, I will pick anything John Cash does not pick. Wow. This has turned into the Johnny Cash show. This is great. I should have him on instead of Jack. He gets a lot of play. He gets a lot of attention. Look at that. I could promote actually and say, next episode, I'm going to have Johnny Cash on my show. I won't be lying. Absolutely. All right, where were we? All right, this next category is solo artists. This is a fun show. We love you long time. No, you didn't, John Cash. You did not. No, it was I loved you long time, not you loved me long time. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, you loved me long time. That's right. That's a rumor. It's just a rumor. Anyways, Scott and Cash in the morning. All right, Mark Smith. Wait till you come on next. This is a fun show. You know, when I know Jack's not coming on, of course, I'll have Tom Spallone on, my buddy. And then, you know, the guys from Music Relish podcast. We have yet to meet Perry. Which I don't know, guys. Mark and Louie, I don't know. Is Perry going to bring down your ratings for the Milk Crates and Turntable podcast? I mean, yeah. We'll see. Now, Perry's the original, like, watcher. Uh-oh. I just got a text from Jack. Says he's on the road. Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of the show. Let me see. I'm in the middle of the show. LOL. There we go. Well, I think I'm too far in to go back and ask him these questions. All right, let's go with solo artists. All right. Which of these 4 songs is the remake? Is it A, I've Got My Mind Set on You by George Harrison? B, Stevie Wonder's I Was Made to Love Her? D, Crying by Roy Orbison? Or D, Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield? Which one is the remake? Mark Smith, first of all, Mark Smith said, hell no, Perry started the podcast. He's the colonel. That's right, he's the colonel. Perry's the one that was he was the first one that really started watching the show on YouTube. Perry's a good dude, man. Let's see. Mark Smith said, got my mind set on you. Yeah. Patty Yossi said D, Dusty Springfield, Preacher Man. Nope. Leo Haskell said D, Son of a Preacher Man. John Cash said, what do you think? D? Again. He started off like gangbusters. Let's see. Dave Phillips just randomly commented in, middle of the road is my private cul-de-sac. Okay. Yeah, there you go. And Gallerin says, son of a preacher man. No. How are you guys doing in the car driving? How are you guys doing with that? You doing good with these trivia questions? John Lawson says, B, Stevie Wonder, I Was Made to Love Her. Boy, you fucking people. Have you not learned anything from listening and watching this podcast? Have you not learned anything? Jesus. Yeah, John Cash says, I'm fucking dying over here. Yo, you're dying, all right. You're dying on the vine, my friend. You're fucking tough. You're terrible. Patty Yossi says, hey, I got my mind set on you, George Harrison. There you go. Cut that short. Cut that short. Let's see. I got 2 more. All right, this is 80s. Random 80s songs. Which song is the remake? Is it A, Total Eclipse of the Heart, Bonnie Tyler? B, Giving You the Best That I Got by Anita Baker? C, Cruel Summer by Bananarama? Or D, Red Red Wine by UB40? Which one is the remake? Total Eclipse of the Heart? Giving You the Best That I Got? Cruel Summer or Red, Red Wine? Mark Smith says A, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Dave Phillips says D, Red, Red Wine. Kevin Corkum says D, yep. Dave Phillips said D, yep. John Cash said anything but D, as usual. I think he's doing it on purpose now. I do. I swear I think he's doing it on purpose. Nobody's this bad. Nobody's this bad. Everybody else has got at least 3. Patty Yossi says C, Cruel Summer. Mark Flynn says Red Wine. Leo Haskell says Red Wine. John Cash, no. No. You do not sneak in with a second answer. Do you think I don't notice this? You think I don't notice you pulling out another answer after 17 people just gave the right answer? You think that's going to get you off the hook? Oh, no. No, you're still dying on the vine. Yeah. Ann Gallerin said D. John Larson said D. There you go. There you go. The remake of Red, Red Wine, originally performed by Neil Diamond in 1968. 1968. All right, this is the last one. John Cash, Johnny Cash, my friend. If you get this, I will buy you a beer and a shot on Saturday night. Okay. There's redemption here, my friend. You can do it. You can do it. Okay? One more shot for Johnny Cash. I mean, even Leo got at least 4 of them right. Leo was the first one to get one right of the whole segment. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's get it rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Johnny Cash. You can do it, buddy. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Okay, 90s songs. 90s. John Lawson says A, and I didn't even ask the fucking question yet. What? I didn't even ask a question yet. And he says A. Okay, here we go. This is really a fun show. I could do this again. I think it's more fun with you guys watching than it would have been with Jack. I do. Yeah. I might do this again someday. And I'm a good trivia maker, upper guy. Question asker. I put these together today. All right, here we go. 90s songs. 90s songs. Which one is the remake? Is it A, There She Goes by Sixpence None the Richer? B, I've Been Thinking About You, the London Beat? C, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone, Paula Cole? Or D, It Must Be Love by Madness? Well, I think that's an 80s song. Which one is the remake? There She Goes, I've Been Thinking About You, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone, or It Must Be Love? Dave Phillips says B. Laura Ziegler says B, I've Been Thinking About You, London Beat. Patty Yossi says C, Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? All right, I'm going to stop right here, okay? So there's 2 answers left, John Cash. And I know what you're doing. I know what he's doing. This is live. This fucker is just sitting and waiting for answers to come in so he can pick the right one. I'm not answering anymore until he pops in. John Cash says D. It was a 50-50. It was a 50-50 chance. Jesus Christ, if you went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you'd be out on the $25 question. What the fuck? Oh, Kevin Corkum says D. If I was a drinker, John Cash, you'd be buying me a fucking beer and a shot. Yes, you suck. Oh, my Lord. I think Ann Gallivan has got more right. Patty Yossi's gotten more right. Who else? Perry Dedovich, Kevin Corkum. They all win, and you lose, John Cash. Johnny Cash, you lose. All right, here we go. The answer is, I'm still waiting for no one's even given the right answer yet. There she goes. I've been thinking about you. Where have all the cowboys gone? It must be love. John Cass, I need to call a friend. No, that show's over, buddy. No. The answer is A. There she goes. Sixpence None the Richer. They did theirs in 99, but it was originally performed. And this is the version you usually hear. Yeah, he says A now after I say it. The La's, L-A'(S), performed There She Goes in 1988. That's the one you usually hear the most. There she goes again, and I can't take the pain, the feeling that remain. There she goes. I got to sing at least once in an episode now. But you know the song. There you go. Let me see. Mark Smith says, he says, the process of elimination only works when you're sober. That gets a round of applause. That gets a... let's see. Mark Smith pulls in with, let me see. Coming tomorrow from Italy, and everyone tune in. We just got an announcement. Someone... Yeah, Mark Smith says, great movie, too. There she goes. Okay. John McPhail. He says, breaking news coming tomorrow from Gillette Stadium. Everybody tune in. Now, John McPhail is a man in the know, okay? And I know him. And I actually, his sister is going to meet us, me and my family, in St. Augustine for the 4th of July. I love his sister. Suzanne, she's a doll. What a great person. We were about to meet her. But John McPhail says, breaking news coming tomorrow from Gillette Stadium. And by the time people hear this, now this is for the viewers. Oh, Suzanne's here. Here you go. Kevin Corcoran. Okay. So, once again, breaking news coming tomorrow from Gillette Stadium. Everyone tune in. It's got to be a signing. Somebody signed. Has to be. Yeah, John Larson did say A before the question he was even given. I was like, how the hell did you know that? What are you doing? You got cameras in the studio? He's in California. All right, that's the trivia aspect of the show. There you go. Which is perfect timing. Let me take some water. That means it's time for the top 10 this week. This week's top 10 is from the year 1976. This week in 1976, the top 10 songs in America were number 10, Walk Away from Love, David Ruffin. That's some Motown stuff right there. Number 9, Times of Your Life by Paul Anka. Number 8, this week in 1976, You Sexy Thing, Hot Chocolate. Now, you know that's a classic. That's a classic AM/FM song. FM, early FM, right? Number 7 this week in 1976, I love to love you, baby. I love to love you. Shouldn't we do it? Love to love you, baby. By Donna Summer. That's a good song, though. That gets you. Oh, yeah. That's like a porno movie song. Okay. Number 6 this week in America. I Love Music, Part 1 by the OJs. That's a jam right there. The OJs, come on now. Come on now. Ah, sucky now. Number 5 this week in America. And America's top 10 was Fox on the Run by Sweet. That's a good song. That's still a good song. Number 4, my favorite funk group of all time. I love this group. I still listen to this group. Very overlooked in the whole funk sound of the 70s. Number 4, Love Roller Coaster by the Ohio Players. I'm telling you. They are so overlooked. Love roller coaster, girl, roller coaster. Roller coaster of love. Say what? That's the part everybody knows. Say what? Yeah, number 3 this week in America in 1976. Convoy by C.W. McCall. Yeah. Mark Smith says, at least they got royalties from the Chili Peppers. They certainly did. You don't get away with that stuff anymore. John Lawson says, Fox on the Run is a great song. Yeah. Laura Ziegler said, Shay what? It's S-H-A-Y. Shay what? Great song. Number 3 is, let me see. We got number 3 was Convoy. Number 2, this week in 1976, Theme from Mahogany. Do you know where you're going to? Diana Ross. That's a great song. Is that a guilty pleasure song? Is that one of those, like, do you listen to that when you're with your friends? Driving? Oh, no. You listen to it by yourself, right? Because if I'm in a car with you and you put on fucking Theme from Mahogany and it's just you and me, might not end up good for you. That's it. Or not you. Your fucking radio. Might not end up good for your radio. So, if I'm with you, don't play that with just you and me in the car, okay? Yeah, Mark Smith says, yeah, you can only listen to it by yourself. That's right. And number 1, this week in 1976. Let me see if I have a sound effect. I'm just going to hit some buttons. Hold on. No, not that one. Already heard that one. That's crickets. That's for John Cash waiting for him to get a fucking question right. He gets the crickets. Hey, John Cash, what's the answer to the question? Yeah. I think that's what's going on in his head. What's this one down here? Hold on. Ooh, that's a nice one. What's this one up here? Yeah. What's this one? Yeah. Okay, enough of that. All right. Number 1 this week in 1976. Write the Songs by Barry Manilow. It only spent 1 week at number 1, by the way. And he did not write that song. That's the irony. He did not write that song, but hey, he took it to number 1. Good for him. Yeah. So that's it for this week in top 10 this week in 1970s. Now it's on to, this is rolling right into perfect timing. This Day in Music. Jack's least favorite segment. It's one of my favorites. I like doing This Week in Music. Mostly because it bothers him. But I think the guys from Music Relish, I think they like it. Where can we get tickets for John Cash Live? Well, he'll be at the Winthrop Elks Saturday night. Winthrop, Massachusetts. This Day in Music, 1963. This is pretty cool. 13-year-old Stevie Wonder first entered the U.S. singles chart as Little Stevie Wonder with Fingertips Part 1 and 2. That's a jam, by the way, if you ever see the video. Fingertips featured a young Marvin Gaye on drums, was the first live non-studio recording to reach number 1 on the Billboard Pop Singles chart in the United States since John Stanley's 1952 comic monologue, It's in the Book. Go check out that video. Fingertips, parts 1 and 2. Little Stevie Wonder. That, and I say it today, you've heard me say it on this show, and I will argue with anybody. The most talented man in the history of music, modern music, Stevie Wonder. Prince is like 1A, but nobody was more talented than Stevie Wonder. That's it. Think about that. I get arguments. Most talented. Name me somebody that's more talented than him. Let me see. Mark Smith said he's the Keith Emerson of harmonica on that song. Got to get in that prog rock, right, buddy? On this day in 1968, Herb Alpert started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with, I love this song. I play this every Sunday morning. I do a live stream on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel for the king of Facebook. I play this every Sunday morning with Coffee with the King. This Guy's in Love with You. Oh, come on, man. If you haven't listened to that song, that's a song I would drive. I would drive in my car and put that on with somebody in the passenger seat. That's a great song. Herb Alpert, This Guy's in Love with You. His first number 1 plus first number 1 for the A&M label and writers Bacharach and Davids. Right? First chart topper. On this day in 1968, the Jeff Beck Group featuring Rod Stewart made their U.S. debut at the Fillmore East in New York. On this day in 1969, it was a sad day. American singer, actress Judy Garland died of a barbiturate overdose at age 47. She was found on the floor of her rented Chelsea home in London. All right, let's see. What are people saying? Yeah, Mark Smith says, yeah, that Herb Alpert song, This Guy's in Love with You. It's a great fucking song. No doubt. All right, let's see. On this day in 1970, Led Zeppelin appeared at Lagersaal Hall, Reykjavik, Iceland, on the group's one and only visit to Iceland. It is suggested that Robert Plant was inspired to write the lyrics to the Immigrant Song during this trip. Makes sense if you listen to the lyrics. On this day in 1971, Joni Mitchell released her 4th studio album, Blue. The album was now generally regarded by music critics as one of the greatest albums of all time. In July 2017, Blue was chosen by NPR as the greatest album of all time made by a woman. Okay. I like Sinead O'Connor's debut album, The Lion and the Cobra, but if you asked me to choose, I'm taking Sinead O'Connor. Sorry, Joni. But it is Mark Smith, Blue is a fantastic album, yes. I was hot and cold on Joni Mitchell, and I recently jumped to the hot. I kind of started listening to her again. I think I just thought she just got overplayed when I was younger, and I never really gave it a second look. And I went back and I said, you know what? Yeah, she's She's got some good shit. And I liked it when I was younger, but you hit those ruts with certain artists. You just don't really listen to them anymore. On this day in 1973, David Bowie released the single Life on Mars. Love that song, which peaked at number 3 in the UK chart. The track, which was first released in 1971 on the album Hunky Dory. Okay, let me stop right there. So in 1971, I was 8 years old. 8 years old, right? 7 turning 8 because I was born in December. So I'm 7 turning 8. And for my birthday, my mother took me to a department store and I bought Hunky Dory. I was that big of a David Bowie fan when I was 7 or 8 years old. Think about that. I mean, that's pretty heavy stuff for a 7 or 8 year old kid. But I guess I was an advanced listener when I was that young. But I got Hunky Dory for my birthday. So the track, which was released in 1971 on the album Hunky Dory, features guest piano work by, yes, Mark Smith, Rick Wakeman, the Yes keyboardist. The line, now this is an interesting little fact. This is an interesting did you know? Did you know the line, "Look at those cavemen go," is a reference to the song Alley Oop, a one-hit wonder in 1960 for the American doo-wop group, the Hollywood Argyles. Alley Oop, oop, boop, 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 alley Oop, boop, 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 boop. It's about a caveman. Yeah. I know you remember that. This piece of shit. And on this day in 1981, Mark Chapman pleaded guilty to the charge of murdering John Lennon in 1980. He was later sentenced to 20 years to life. Yeah. Now, this guy, I don't care what you say, like him or not, he left his mark on music and on pop culture and in pop culture history. On this day in 1992, 3 members of MC Hammer's tour crew were wounded in a drive-by shooting incident. 3 days later, Joseph Mack, a dancer in Hammer's entourage, was shot on stage at a concert in Nevada. Who the hell has the balls to shoot somebody while they're on stage performing? I mean, you really got to hate a motherfucker then. You really have to hate a motherfucker. I don't care if he's dancing. I'm going to shoot that motherfucker. He disrespected me. Look at, can't touch us. Dun, 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 bang, bang. Is that a little over the top? But think about it. Dude's on stage doing the Hammer dance and catches 2 to the chest. What the fuck? What a way to go, though. What a way to go. Yeah. But MC Hammer, you can't deny him. You can't deny the guy. He left his mark, and he left his money everywhere else but in his pocket. That's for sure. All right. Born on this day in 1936, Chris Christopherson. Musician, actor, and writer known for such hits as Me and Bobby McGee, For the Good Times, Sunday Morning Coming Down, and Help Me Make It Through the Night. Talented guy. He actually didn't him, Willie Nelson, and Johnny Cash, the real Johnny Cash, form the Highwaymen. Wasn't that their little country supergroup, the Highwaymen? Yeah, I think so. How do I know that? On this day, born on this day in 1948, American multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, and really good record producer, Todd Rundgren, who was a member of Nas and Utopia. All right. Born on this day in 1949, Larry Johnstrom. Now, you might say, who's Larry Johnstrom? Larry Johnstrom was a founding member of Leonard Skynyrd and long-standing bassist with the band. Oh, I'm sorry, long-standing bassist with the band 38 Special, because Johnstrom played bass with Leonard Skynyrd from its formation in 1964 until he was replaced by Leon Wilkeson in 1971. He then joined 38 Special in 1976 with Donnie Van Zant, the younger brother of Leonard Skynyrd frontman Ronnie Van Zant, but he died on October 6, 2019 at the age of 70. Yeah. Born on this day in 1953. Girls Just Want to Have Fun singer Cyndi Lauper. She gets 2 mentions in the podcast tonight, and which to me is too many. Bitch. I'm sorry. I don't care. My podcast, I can call her a bitch. She is. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. And born on this day in 1961, Jimmy Somerville. Now, I like Jimmy Somerville because I like the bands he was with. Now, you might not listen to them, but Jimmy Somerville is a UK singer who sang with the Bronski Beat and had the 1984 single Small Town Boy, and with the British pop duo the Communards. In 1986, they had a #1 single with the cover version of Thelma Houston's hit, Don't Leave Me This Way. I like his voice. Jimmy Somerville's one of those falsetto, very high voice. And that's the show. I have no more. That was a good fucking show, though. That was a good show. You guys really came through. You guys were the co-hosts tonight. All of you that watched, all of you that participated. Yeah. Love it. You guys are the co-hosts. I'll give you a round of applause. Like I always say, you guys are the engine that drives this machine. Without you, well, tonight I just would have been talking to myself. And there's no problem with talking to yourself. But if you answer yourself, you got a problem. And like I say, doing this show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine, and mine alone tonight. If you like this podcast and you listened all the way to the end, and you're listening in your car or in whatever podcast platform you're on, share it. Tell someone about it. Tell a music lover about it. Maybe they'll like it. And if you watch it on YouTube, hit the like button. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, the alert bell. Let you know when I go live, which is usually the same time every week. And like I said, thank you for helping me out tonight. You guys are the best. I would have done it anyways, but you know what? You really, this was a very unexpected surprise that you all came through, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you listening. And I'm off to Boston tomorrow. I'll be landing around 3:30, and that's when my schedule just starts to fill up. Not enough time and too many people to see. But Saturday night, big party. And I will see you guys. I'll be back for next week. I don't know if Jack's going to be here. So those guys from Tom Spallone and those guys from Music Relish might be getting a call. You might be getting a call. Get your microphones ready, boys. Get your mics ready. Yeah, Mike Hammond, I'll see you, buddy. I'll see you, my friend. All right, everybody. Thanks. And I will be talking to you next week. Next time.